We are riding out of Black History Month in style with the East Bay Dragons. They're the oldest motorcycle club on the West that's all exclusively black. I got to hang out with them earlier this month on a Saturday that I'll never forget.
Every weekend in East Oakland, on 88th and International, you hear the rumbles way before you see the East Bay Dragons clubhouse. Inside, though, it's pretty quiet, with brotherhood on full display as members help 80-year-old Willie Lee Harper Jr. get ready for his big interview about the oldest black motorcycle club in the West.
How did you first learn about the Dragons?
When I really got interested in the Dragons was when I saw them come off the freeway on the motorcycles.
This was 1962.
And our helmet that we got now, you know, the flame helmet, and the motorcycle was just sparkling. Like the bikes that you would see in the movies, you know, maybe the white boys used to have those type of bikes, you know. To see some black people doing that, man, it's like, bad.
This was at a time where members say a black man riding a Harley was a revolutionary act. The East Bay Dragons were founded by Toby Gene Livingston in 1959. The son of sharecroppers moved from Louisiana to Oakland and wanted something to keep his siblings busy. The club was initially for cars, but quickly changed to motorcycles. They're cheaper, and the Dragons say the cops wouldn't bother them as much with bikes.
I bought a Super Hawk racer, a Honda Super Hawk racer, 125. So I rode it all the way from Berkeley to West Oakland, 16th and Market, where I lived in first gear, because I didn't know how to change the gear.
Well, wait, you didn't know how to change, so you didn't know how to ride a motorcycle.
I'm just gonna,
So you weren't scared to get on that bike, you just said, I'm gonna figure it out?
I'm gonna get in the Dragon.
The thing is, you have to ride a Harley to be in the club. Livingston got wind of Harper's situation and helped him out. They built the bike.
When I put my bike together, all the chrome, nuts, and bolts and things I didn't use on my bike, they went in this barrel at Toby's house. So the next guy coming along to put his bike together, he didn't have to spend no money because what he wanted was in this barrel, right?
And it's not just building bikes. The East Bay Dragons have a knack for building relationships.
Talk to me about the plaque up here.
You know, the Hells Angels, which are real good friends of ours, they came and gave us that plaque for our 6-year anniversary.
Livingston and Hells Angels leader Sonny Barger maintained their decades-long friendship until Livingston's death in 2020. In the 60s, you could find the Dragons riding alongside activists.
We weren't Black Panthers, but we supported the movement.
The most important relationship over the years is clearly the one with each other. Glenn Anderson says when the crack epidemic took hold of the country in the 1980s, the Dragons kept many men out of trouble.
Joining the Dragons, it kind of guided me. I had been in and out of jail, this, that, and the other. But once I got in the Dragons, it was like a men's finishing school. I see all these young guys now. I hope they getting what I got.
It seems like they do.
What does it mean to you to have your sons be a part of it?
Oh, man, that's a blessing to me.
Benny Whitfield joined the Dragons in 1961. Now his sons are sharing in this experience.
I look for them to go further as long as they stay united and trust one another and are loving and kind to one another like a brotherhood. You know, not just a friend, but loving.
It's a high that I would wish on every black man.
Dwayne Williams took over as club president after Livingston's death. He is dedicated to continuing the legacy of service to their community and each other.
Mr. Toby Gene Livingston was a hell of a guy. I'm sure when they got together and it became the East Bay Dragons, they never knew that it was going to come this far.
That's our wall right there for our fallen soldiers of our brothers that was in the club.
There's so much love and respect in this clubhouse. Members tell me it keeps the vibes right.
I'm assuming there's been some parties.
Oh, man, the party like no other. You know, the East Bay Dragons know how to party. They don't have to do nothing else. They know how to party. You know what I mean? This is where it's at right here. And those are little ones right there.
At this point, I've spent my whole day with the East Bay Dragons and their families. This place is their version of self-care.
Is that shrimp?
Shrimp.
Okay.
So I guess it's time for a ride. Roaring down International Boulevard.
I mean, I'm an East Bay Dragon for the night. This is so much fun.
It felt like a cool, leather-clad family road trip. One that's been riding along for more than 6 decades. And we'll roll right into the next one.
We made it. That was the absolute best.